All right, like, click, and subscribe, do all that. This is week 2, Sunday. The primetime game's coming on. And here you got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the DC squad. I'm not calling them by that name that you see on the screen. It's just ridiculous. So basically, this game, Kyler Murray was getting loose, and the score was the Cardinals beat DC 30-15. Kyler Murray, 26 of 38, 286 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick, but he also had 2 rushing TDs. D-Hop, you know who D-Hop is, DeAndre Hopkins, 68 yards at a TD. Dwayne Haskins, 19 for 33, 223 yards, 1 TD. Antonio Gibson, 55 yards at a TD. Terry McCollum, 125 yards at a TD. The DC squad, even though it was just like a rundown, they were 4th and 12 on third down conversions. You already know that's not going to do it against these Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray was running all over the place. Honestly, looking like Lamar Jackson a little bit, but he was giving business, and business been displayed, and there you go. That's pretty much what it was. The Cardinals beat the DC squad. Like I said, I'm not calling them the Washington football team. It sounds stupid, but they beat the DC squad 30-15, and that's how it went down. And up next, we had the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Why does it say Chargers? Chargers at the bottom? I have no idea. It should say Los Angeles. But anyway, this one was a back-and-forth battle. This one went into overtime, but the Chiefs pulled out the overtime 23-20. Patrick Mahomes, 27-47, 302 yards, 2 TDs. Tyreek Hill had about 99 yards. We'll just round that to 101 TD. Justin Herbert, 22 of 33, 311 yards, and 1 TD. And notice how I said Justin Herbert and not Tyrod Taylor because he had chest injuries. So Justin Herbert gets his start. You know, he came from Oregon, so he gets his start here in the NFL. Austin Eckler, 93 yards. Keenan Allen, 96 yards. Patrick Mahomes struggled at first, but then he picked it up in the third quarter. Fourth quarter was basically neck and neck, which sent it into overtime. Harrison Buckner, he hit a 58-yard kick in the third, a 30-yard kick in the fourth to send it into overtime, and then in overtime, he did this. So at this point, it was supposed to be a 53-yard kick, but then somebody jumped on the offense, which gave a 5-yard penalty, which was going to make it a 58-yard kick. Crazy. So then he's about to call for a 58-yard kick right here. He still makes it, but then the Chargers call a timeout to freeze the kicker. And now the third time, he has to kick this joint. And now it's legit. And he's going in. And it goes through. And that's how the Chiefs survive against the Chargers. A heck of a battle. Heck of a contest. But bottom line was the Chiefs survived. The Chiefs had to survive because they knew who they got next. The most beautiful, the marvelousness, the excellence. That is the Black and Purple Express. The Baltimore Ravens, who are taking on the Houston Texans here today. And let's just get to the stats on this one. You know what I mean? The Ravens beat the Texans 33-16. Lamar Jackson, 18-24, 204 yards, 1 TD. It sounds pretty pedestrian, but bottom line is the defense and the run game was putting in work on this one. But Mark Ingram, 55 yards at a TD. My man Hollywood, you know, Marcus Brown, 42 yards. He didn't really do a whole lot today, but he contributed. Deshaun Watson, 25 for 36, 275 yards at a TD and also a pick. David Johnson, 34 yards. Brandon Cooks, 95 yards. And like I said, defense was on deck. We had actually picked up a couple picks, but it was really one technically. But we were strip sacking the ball, doing all types of things. But yeah. It didn't even matter because we have about 230 rushing yards on the ground. You know what I mean? So, like, Watson, they were like 3 and 9 on third down conversions. You already know that's not going to get it. But bottom line is, I bet Bill O'Brien is up there having nightmares about DeAndre Hopkins right now, that big dummy. Bill O'Brien, why would you be stupid enough to trade away DeAndre Hopkins anyway? You didn't even get 2 first-round picks. You got a second-round pick, and you picked up David Johnson's contract. David Johnson, he did some things last week, but bottom line is he ain't been the same since 2016. Why would you trade away the best hands in football? You are stupid, ridiculous. Bottom line is this is the reason why head coaches cannot be general managers at the same time, because something gets into their brain, it leaks into there, and they make a lot of stupid decisions. And bottom line is you've done dumb decisions before, letting go of Javier Clowney, and then you get rid of D-Hop. This is what happens when you don't have D-Hop. And I know you have nightmares. You know D-Hop, the last couple of games, he's at over 200 yards and 2 TDs. Why would you do this? Brian, put your motherfucking head back down. This is stupid. Now, before we even get to the Patriots and Seahawks game, we got to share something serious. Like James White, he wasn't able to come to the late night game tonight because of this reason. His parents were in a car accident, I think 2 days before the game, and his father didn't survive the accident, and his mom is in critical condition. So, prayers go out to James White and his family, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully he can get through this, yeah. So, prayers go out to them, you know what I'm saying? And that way, the final game of the day, the New England Patriots take on the Seattle Seahawks. You know what it was? It was the battle. Russell Wilson versus Cam Newton. That's how we all felt about it. Bottom line is, the Seahawks beat the Patriots 35-30. Look at that tip pick. That was crazy. But Russell Wilson, 21 for 28, 288 yards, 5 TDs, and he had that one pick. But yeah, that scratches away. He had 5 TDs. He was giving business. Chris Carson, 108 yards of TD. DK Metcalf, 92 yards of the TD. Cam Newton, 30 for 44, 397 yards, 1 TD, and 2 rushing TDs. And we knew he was going to do that. Julius Edelman, 197 yards. 179 yards, my bad. Both teams combined for 900 yards plus in total offense. Seattle did that last week with another team whose fans right now might be burning the city down after a disaster. Falcons. But anyway, Cam drove his team down to the 2-yard line with 3 seconds left in the game. Do you want to know what happened at the end of the game? Let's just get to it. Yeah, it was literally 3 seconds left in the game, 35-30. No timeouts on either side. First and goal. You already knew Cam was getting the ball because ain't nobody else getting the ball other than Julius Edelman. Like I said, he had 179 yards. But the offense is run through him. Everybody knows this, and that's how it went down. So like I said, we all knew he was going to hold the ball. He tries to go left like he does again. He tries to flip. No go. You can't flip at the 4-yard line, getting down to the 2. It ain't going to work. He got flipped up in the air straight. And he didn't get it. But bottom line is, there was a hard-fought battle. But Seattle pulls it out of this one. Jamal Adams was a big part of their defense.